Welcome back to Abyssinia Stadium. I'm Shane Alexa alongside Ronan Landis. Tonight, on senior night, the Sows host the Dover Senators, who are coming off a huge win against William Penn. Ronan, what will the Sows have to do to slow down that Dover attack?
It looks like they're going to have to slow down both aspects of their offense, with their rushing game and passing game looking very dynamic. But luckily for Silesianum, they have a lot of playmakers on this team, with Nate Ray, R.J. Johnson, and Jake Ziegler really highlighting it. Each getting a couple of picks and a lot of sacks. So if they really want to take advantage and win tonight, they got to stop the run first of all, but then really drop back and defend that pass. And then Shane, back with their offense. I mean, Silesianum has had a really good offense throughout this entire season, putting up a lot of points against teams, even in their losses. Shane, what do you think will be the main key to get the Silesianum offense flowing?
Really, I really feel like it's going to obviously come down to execution. Both sides are really, obviously look at this atmosphere. The Sows will hopefully have the 12th man in this. And we're underway here at Abyssinia Stadium. Short kick. And he muffed it! He muffed it! And the Sows recover!
Speaking of Jake Ziegler.
Ziegler recovers at the 20. What a way to start this game for the Sows.
Shane, I got a little bit worried there for a second. Collins is usually so consistent kicking it through the back of the end zone, but this time I thought he just hit it wrong, but maybe not. If that's what he meant to do, that was a perfect kick. As we will now see the Silesianum offense come out onto the field. As Stower's in the gun and gives it to Ransom, who will fight for about one. So Silesianum starting with great field position all the way down to about Dover's 22-yard line. I think you can expect here to get a heavy dose of Andrew Ransom.
Yeah, we talked about it so many times this year. Really that two-headed monster with Ransom and Curley. So different. Two separate, different backs, both unique in their own way. Stower in the gun. Stower. Pass is caught. There's Ryan. Lucas Ryan down to about the 15.
Lucas Ryan's been one of Ryan Stower's favorite targets throughout the season. 1/3 of Ryan Stower's completions have gone to Ryan, and he has about 310 yards on the season, so not really a surprise here going to Ryan.
Third and a short 3 here for the Sows. Two receivers set. Stower hands it off for Ransom, first down.
Oh, Shane, I don't know if he got there.
From up here, it didn't look like he got it.
It will be fourth down. And the Dover 13-yard line. As they will leave the offense on the field, but bring out a second running back in Curley along with Ransom on the field. Looks to be about a 4th and 1. Looks like they got an extra offensive lineman in there too.
The handoff to Ransom. Right up the gut, Andrew Ransom. First down on a big 4th down conversion.
Already his 3rd carry on the day, so it looks like he's going to be heavily incorporated into the game plan today.
Coach Denardo showing a lot of guts early on in this game.
Yeah, that was a big play. It could have been big for momentum if Dover would have got that stop, but unfortunately for them, Ransom bursted through that hole.
Yeah, if you're Stower here, you might want to look for Ryan. There's Curley, Sean Curley, and Dover's all over that. There's something extra there.
Bounced off a couple of tackles, but unfortunately couldn't get out of the grasp of number 23, Troy Johnson.
I'd also look for Hunter Ballant here. He's been really reliable so far this season. He's really been all over the place. Whenever Stower needs him, he's there.
Yeah, he's averaging about 11 yards per catch, so usually they look for him in big situations. He has a couple touchdowns on the year as well, so.
Stower avoiding pressure and is brought down for the sack.
Number 66, Michael Stevenson, the nose guard, getting in there. So now, Louisiana will move back to the Dover 14-yard line. Shane, I don't think this is fourth down territory.
Jazir Gaiman coming in.
He's been one of Stower's favorite targets as well to get that freshman connection.
Stower in the gun. Stower looking, end zone, incomplete.
A lot of contact there.
Pass was intended for Ben Anton.
A little bit of hand fighting from both teams though, so refs decide not to call anything as we will see James Collins' first appearance on the night.
Who's really been that guy. Really, I mean, in the red zone, he's really been that guy. We saw it earlier in the season. Really, I mean, if you want to, with contested catches, that's really where he excels.
Yeah, Ann's got a couple of them where he's really gone up. I forget specifically what game it was, but he completely mossed somebody. Unfortunately, I think that play was called back due to penalty, but we have seen the capabilities that he has. As Collins will try to make his 11th field goal of the season.
Collins, the field goal attempt. And the kick is good. South take the early lead.
That will make it his 11th field goal of the year while he stayed perfect 19 of 19 from extra point.
Yeah, great stop there early for the Senators.
Yeah, they really minimized the damage after that kickoff, only letting Sallies get a net total of 7 yards before kicking a field goal, so really nice stand there from their defense.
And that was a great play by Stevenson to stuff Sean Curley there.
Yeah, I think if Stevenson doesn't make that sack, I think the Sal's might be in the end zone right now. That was a really impactful play to push him back 10 yards. And after a 3rd and 14, I mean, that's nearly impossible to come back from. So, as we will see the second kickoff from Collins tonight. Be curious to see if he kicks this one out of the back of the end zone.
Collins will kick it away.
Not in his traditional fashion, but he does squib it out of the back, so Dover will start on their own 20-yard line. We will see our first look at the Louisiana defense versus this Dover offense.
And here's tonight's starting lineup.
As Dover's number 21, Jaquan Kilby, breaks out the big 10-yard run.
Yeah, the key here for the Sows is really to minimize that three-headed monster with Kilby, Sammy Allen, and Cosme. Arguably their three best players, so really it'll be interesting to see how the Sows handle those three stars.
Looks like they're lining up a lot of people in the backfield here. Maybe we'll
There's
see some
the handoff, big run there. Down to about the 44.
May potentially see some option offense later tonight.
as Kilby starts the game off strong.
This Dover offensive line has really done a great job opening up holes for Kilby to run through, and it's kind of been easy pickings for him so far. He's been hitting the holes and really taking advantage.
Cosby the handoff, and that's blown up. Sal's defense all over that.
There is their star defensive end, Nate Ray. He's got 5 sacks on the season, multiple tackles for loss, and a combined 35 tackles now. Not to mention, he is also a special teams star with 3 blocked kicks on the season.
2nd and 16. Receiver in motion. There's the end around. Solid gain there.
That's the number 1, John Parker. Shane, it's been interesting to see they're not really throwing the ball here, but as of recently, they haven't really needed to. I mean, Kilby's doing a great job carrying the load, and then as we just saw there, John Parker being elusive and getting out to the edge, but unfortunately could only pick up 3 for this Dover offense. As we will see 3rd and 12 with the double halfback in the backfield.
2 receiver set. Cosby in the gun. Passes incomplete. A lot of contact, but no flag. Great stop there from the Sal's defense.
Jake Ziegler in there on the coverage, already making his impact felt tonight with that fumble recovery and now a pass breakup. As we will see the Dover special teams unit come out and punt this ball away.
Trying to pin the Sal's in their own zone. And the Sal's jump.
Looks like that was number 89, Nate Ray.
It does not look like they were drawn off sides. Makes things a little more interesting.
Yeah, but they still definitely
punt.
4th and 6 here. It's a little bit too risky. Oh, bit of a high snap there.
Punt nearly blocked. A lot of traffic. And there's the fair catch.
Down at about the 14. Right, losing.
At the 19-yard line, Louisiana will take over 1st and 10.
So Shane, we will get our second look at this Louisiana offense. And after, a strong running game, do you think they'll air the ball out here? I mean, they have a lot more field to work with. In the red zone there, they're a little bit restricted, but now I think we'll fully be able to see both sides of this Louisiana's offense. We will start off with a carry from Sean Curley as he is stuffed in the backfield by number 51, Tyshawn Milligan.
And here's the starting lineup for the Sal's. Ryan Stower in at quarterback. Ransom in at running back. Liam Lego, Jazir Damon, Lucas Ryan, Ballant, Josh Urban, Cam Black, Andrew Tiberi, Joe Rubino, and Tommy Menico. There's a screen pass for Ryan. Solid gain there.
Good job weaving there by Ryan. It looked like he didn't really have much when he got the ball, but made a couple men miss, maybe a little stiff arm in there, and then stumbled forward for about 7 yards. As it will bring up a 3rd and 4 for Louisiana. And if Dover does get a stop here, I mean, they're still not going to get great field position because Louisiana has a great punter in Aiden Montgomery who's averaging about 40 yards yards a punt, which is amazing for high school.
3 receiver set. Stower in the gun. Looking for Ryan. Dropped.
Just a little bit too out in front of him. So Louisiana will bring on the punt unit.
Although knowing Ryan, I'm sure that's one he wants to have back.
We'll see Montgomery come out to punt. A booming punt. We'll take a Salesianum roll. Oh! And it will be fielded about the 35 and taken down to the 41-yard line by number 31, Tamir Darden Jefferson.
See if Dover stays with that run-heavy offense. You saw in that first drive.
Shane, I have a feeling Louisiana might be a little bit more locked in on the run here since it was so effective on the first drive.
Yeah, if you're Dover, you might want to go to a guy like Sammy Allen. Cosby in the gun.
Oh, and there's the option. And right there is L.J. Smith.
Dangerous play. L.J. Smith was all over that one. Not sure what Cosby was thinking on that one. Little miscommunication between Cosby and Kilby.
And that's where L.J. Smith is at his best. He really showed us in the Hodgson game how he's able to contain the pitch or the read option. So this could be a dangerous night here for Dover if L.J. Smith is reading the pitch right.
Receiver in motion. 4 receiver set. Cosby will take it himself. Cosby trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he does.
There's Jake Ziegler once again in on the tackle.
Third and about a long 20.
Shane, if I can count right, that makes a tackle, a fumble recovery, and a pass deflection, all within the first 10 minutes of the game. Jake Ziegler is making a huge impact on this game so far.
Excuse me, it's about 3rd and 10. Receiver in motion. Down to about the 38.
That's Trevor Way and Jake Ziegler combined for a tackle there. And it looks like Dover will again punt it away. It looks like Salesiana was okay with them running the ball there. I mean, there was a very lofty pitch and a very high arc on that. So the fact that it took Salesianum a little bit longer to get there means that, they were really okay with them doing that. They were more worried about the pass, obviously, on the 3rd and 15.
Sal's anticipating a short punt here, and that one's nearly blocked. And there's contact with the punter. And the flag is down.
Roughing the kicker.
Looks like that was...
I believe that will be a first down.
Is that a mic?
If it is indeed a first down, which it looks like it is.
Yeah.
Huge momentum swift for the Senators.
It was 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. So now they will have the ball on the Salesianum 46. looks like Salesian will see more run plays from this Senator offense.
Receiver in motion. Kilby down to about the 39.
Kilby's really been their workhorse tonight. I mean, outside of him, they really haven't gotten any yards. So their run game has been pretty strong, but eventually Salesian will start to commit more and more, and it looks like their offense may not be able to handle that.
Second and 6 for Dover.
We are nearing the end of the first quarter.
3 receiver set. Cosme in the gun, and it
It was tipped at the
barely
line,
intercepted, tipped at the line.
and then caught by number 3, Cam Jones, the senior.
Tim Cosby's pass is complete.
That will bring up third down and about 5.
But it looks like we might have to wait to the second quarter to win this key third down.
Yeah, it looks like they will take the snap here, and we will go into the end of the first quarter with Salesianum up on Dover 3-0. Really, the biggest play of this game has been that kickoff that got fumbled. I mean, put Salesianum in great field position, and other than that, they really haven't been able to move the ball that well. So it really shows you that special teams is making a huge impact. And again, on the other side, where running into the kicker has extended this drive. So Shane, I'll be anxious to see how special teams continues to affect this game, and if both offenses can get running.
Welcome back to Abyssinia Stadium. I'm Shane Alexo alongside Ronan Landis. We start this second quarter with a big third down here for the Senators.
Yeah, this would be a really, really big stop here for this Salesianum defense if they can get it.
Cosme in the gun. Receiver in motion. 3 receivers set. Down to about, there's a flag on the play, possibly a hold.
Yeah, it looked like it was from the backside of the play, so, I mean, it looked like number 88, the tight end Jalen Powell, may have been holding, but it was hard to see from this angle, but Dover's offense is backing up. But it will move them back another 10 yards.
So penalties early, we've seen it so far this year, really hurting both sides.
So it looks like that'll move them back 5 yards. Calling the game tonight, the head referee is Rick Jezik. The umpire is Thomas Neubauer. The linesman Matt Kelly, the line judge Andrew Holtz, the back judge Eric Thompson, the clock operator Steve Woodward. Thank you to all of them for helping us have this game.
Third and a long 12. Ball at around the 48. 3 receivers set. Cosme looking deep. Good effort there by Parker. Just a bit overthrown by Cosme.
Jason Truitt, good defense there, really shielding him, not really letting him get it back inside to dive for that ball. Looks like Dover will punt once again.
Yeah, as you said, running great coverage there by Truitt. Really a speed-on-speed matchup. It'll really be interesting to see those two go head-to-head tonight.
Yeah, Truitt is the definition of an athlete, being nationally ranked in track and field. He's got some burners.
And another flag.
See a high arc of fun. Out of bounds at about 25.
Not sure what the call is.
Looks like it was against Louisiana. Possibly a neutral zone infraction. We'll have to see. They will be moving Dover forward. And Louisiana will call their first timeout of the game. So Shane, the Louisiana defense has done a pretty good job of bending but not breaking, but it seems like when they get to these 3rd and 4th down situations, they have a little bit of a hard time staying disciplined.
Yeah, I mean, especially as you said on these 3rd downs, maybe a little bit over antsy too. I mean, the crowd's in the game. Talked about that 12th man. I mean, it really, as you said, when that discipline really hasn't been there.
But it's really promising to see that everybody wants to make a play to help benefit their team, to maybe push them to a win. As now Dover will punt from Louisiana's 43-yard line rather than the 48. Aiden Lucy is back deep.
We'll boot it away.
And it will go out of
Down
bounds.
to about, see where it went out.
The 7-yard line of Pierce. So Shane, this Louisiana offense is in a pretty similar spot, only about 5 yards back from the previous drive. So it'll be interesting to see if they keep going to the run game and then trying to open it up in the short pass. But
well, I mean, I think right now you have to go to your run game, really get out of your own zone here. I mean, especially with two great, unique options and Ransom and Curley, really put the defense on their heels.
looks like there might have been a flag on the punt. Defense is coming back out onto the field. It was a hold.
This could make it a lot more interesting.
Looks like the markers are going down to the start of this Louisiana drive. So it looks like it might back them up a couple of yards, but it won't be reflected on the punt.
So now you're really, really pinned in your own zone.
Looks like they might back them up to about the 3.
Both defenses have been on point so far.
Shane, I feel like you need to run the ball here.
Yeah, you have to get out of your own zone. Worst case scenario, give your punter some room. Give Montgomery some room. Stower the handoff. Who else but Andrew Ransom? Ransom down the sideline, down to about the 34. Andrew Ransom.
There is a flag on the near side of the field here.
Looks like it was after the play, though. Maybe a little.
I'm feeling it might be on Louisiana.
And you're right, it is on the Sows.
I'm not exactly sure what that call was. From the way it looked, it may have been
A little something after the play.
or it might, somebody on Sally's may have ran onto the field getting hype, potentially. Yeah, I think that's what might have happened. I think everybody was so excited by the run that bumped
Stower,
out.
the handoff, another flag.
And it looks like it will be a false start. We've seen a lot of calls tonight. Not good ones either. I mean, the calls have been right, but just unfortunate ones for both teams. I mean, just simple disciplinary mistakes with the false starts, the running into the punter, different stuff like that.
Four receiver set. Stower, the handoff to Ransom. Ransom down to about the 30. Haven't seen much of Curley so far. Had that one run. It was denied. By that Dover front. Second and about 13. Three receivers set. Stower in the gun. Passes caught by the reliable Hunter Ballant. Down to about the 40.
With his first reception of the day, really making his impact known with about a 10-yard gain. Now make it third down and about 3. Very manageable here for this offense.
Dover defense looking for a stop. Three receivers set. Stower, the handoff to who else but Ransom. It's like
He will be wrapped up for about a gain of 1.
he will be short. Interesting call here. So bring on the punt unit.
And there will be a flag on the far side of the field. Not sure why. It looks like it was on Dover.
I would assume maybe the Dover bench had something to say.
No, I think they gave the same motion again as they did earlier, so maybe they started going onto the field too early. It looks like both teams were guilty of it, so just be a normal punt.
Montgomery will boot this one away. Montgomery, booming punt.
Down to about the Dover 23-yard line. About a 47-yard punt. As we will see this Dover offense back out onto the field. Shane, do you think they need to switch it up a little and throw the ball?
I think so. I mean, we've really seen that rushing attack. We know how talented Kilby is. I mean, we haven't really seen Cosby, other than keeping himself, he hasn't really shown off his arm. See if that'll change. Cosby hands it off to Kilby. Solid gain there, down to about the 32.
Nate Ray and John Casale there combining for the tackle. Every time we suggest throwing the ball, they always prove us wrong and get a big run, so I guess they keep running the ball here. Although it seems like later in the drive, maybe the offensive line gets a little tired, and that's what gives Salesianum the push to stop the run. But after the first play, the run game's looking promising. But we will get another timeout here, this time by Dover. So with each team taking one timeout this far, Shane, what would you be telling your team if you're Salesianum?
I would tell him to stick to really stick and try to defend that strong rushing attack. We've seen it already, how talented Kilby is. But they really have to test Cosby. I mean, they haven't really thrown the ball that much as we've seen, but really stopping that rushing attack is really key. I mean, the offensive line for Dover, they've really been solid. I mean, if you're the offensive coordinator for Dover, I would honestly continue to run the ball only to try and tire out at Salesianum defensive front.
Yeah, Salesianum can stop the run game from Dover. We've seen that they haven't been super effective through the passing game, but if they can turn that around, this offense could become dangerous.
Third and a short 3. Cosby in the gun, looking deep. There's Parker for a big gain. Cosby to Parker, down to about the 26.
He was one-on-one there with Jason Truitt, and that's a hard matchup for anyone. I mean, it's obvious here that Parker's got some speed.
So we talked about that rushing attack. What do? They go out and throw it. And you'll see there, ball was a little bit underthrown, but still a great throw there from Cosby. Yeah, we talked about that matchup earlier with Parker and Truitt. Really a matchup of pure speed on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, and especially on the defensive side, I mean, speed definitely favors the offense. Being able to know what route they're running and then make breaks very quickly, it's pretty difficult for, a defensive back to really make up ground if he's opening up to the sideline. Which it looked like it might have been a post there from Parker, so it would have been hard for Truitt to try to make up that ground.
Kilby is stuffed.
Looks like Salesianum's starting to commit to the run just a little bit more, as that was only a gain of 1, which will bring up a 3rd and 4.
Third and a short 3 coming up. Dover is in field goal range. Maybe a long attempt.
Yeah, maybe about a 40-yard field goal from here. But based on the way their kicker
rolls to his left in the end zone, incomplete.
Good cover there by Strzowski. Jaheim Cole, the freshman, had a little bit of separation, but
yeah,
just a little bit too far out in front of him on the corner.
Yeah, Cosby not happy with himself.
As that
just
will bring
overthrew that ball just a little bit. As Ronan, you said, definitely had a little separation there. Cosby couldn't thread the needle. They're going to go for it on 4th and a short 4. 4 receiver set.
Took a little bit of confusion on the field, and that will result in a Dover
timeout is called. I'm a little shocked that they're going for this. I mean, unless it's, maybe not enough trust in your kicker, but I mean, if you have a chance to put points on the board, you got to take it, especially in this defensive-minded game we've seen so far.
Yeah, but maybe they were just trying to draw them off sides there, spread a little bit of confusion. Or that may have just been pure confusion by...
Yeah, they did seem very chaotic on that.
But it's been very interesting here from Dover. They did switch it up on this drive, going with a couple deep passes, some of them being complete. Obviously, that deep one to John Parker. But this passing offense has looked pretty good on this drive. I mean, not saying they need to switch it up because Salesianum's offense was probably expecting the run, but based off this drive alone, I mean, it's looked pretty effective.
Yeah, the Sally's defense, you really can't commit that much to the run based on how talented and skilled that receiving core is.
As they will come out for the 4th and 4.
Big 4th down here. They'll run it to Kilby, and he's short.
John Casale there to first make contact with Kilby in the backfield, and then a swarm of Sally's defenders there to finish off the job.
Very surprised they didn't put that ball in the air.
Shane, I would agree with you there, but I mean, Dover's entire drive was completely unpredictable, so maybe they were trying to go off that. You know, everybody was expecting them to put the ball in the air since they had been so successful on that drive, but I guess now we have to start to expect the unexpected.
Stowe with a handoff to Curley. Sean Curley is wrapped up. Second and long.
This Dover defense has really shown some great flashes, specifically against Curley in the run game, stopping him early and often, but it seems like they have a little bit of a problem with Ransom. You know, he's been having some really good run plays as they will go back to the pass.
Stower in trouble. Ryan Stower. Ooh. And Lucas Ryan gets rocked.
But comes down with the ball. What concentration there by Ryan. Little bit of a dangerous pitch there, but
yeah, if you're Stower, maybe it would have been a little better, maybe to just throw that out of bounds.
But luckily, Ryan's got great hands and brought that in, even with the giant hit that he took.
They'll take what they can get. Stower in the gun. Pass is caught. There's Ryan. Lucas Ryan down to about the 31.
Just a yard short of the 4th down, or of the 1st down, pardon me. But they will bring out the field goal unit once again. Or the field goal, sorry, the punting unit once again. Out comes Montgomery. His first couple punts have been very effective, so hopefully he can boom this one away the same.
Yeah, Dover looking for good field position.
Looks like it's hooking left. Takes a Dover bounce.
Goes out to about the 40.
So Shane, if I'm being honest, I'm expecting a little bit of the run and pass mix into it, but I've been expecting the wrong things all night, so knowing that, they'll probably go strictly passing here. So
yeah, so far they've really done a great job of really getting Parker involved. We saw him with that deep shot, some end arounds, really just getting him involved. And we've seen how talented and skilled he is. And with that speed, I mean, we've obviously seen speed kills. And there he is. Solid gain there. Down to about the 44.
Wrapped up there by John Casale. Yeah, I think the most important thing for Parker is really just to get him out in space. His top speed is elite. And once he can reach it, I mean, there's no telling how fast you need to be to stop him. As we are nearing the 4.5-minute mark of this second quarter.
Cosme in the gun. The keeper. Cosme is stuffed. by Andrew Semmel and company.
That will bring up a 3rd and 3. We've got 2 straight runs that have been pretty effective, so I would be expecting a run here, but with all the different running backs that they've tried out this game, I couldn't tell you who's getting the ball here, although it looks like it would be Kilby if they're running it.
And this offense has been so unpredictable, and Parker's in motion with pressure coming, and the pass is picked.
Great pick there by number 42, Trevor Way, on his senior night. Looked like they were trying to set up a screen pass, but Nate Ray came screaming off that edge. Left Cosme with no other option but to just put it up, and Trevor Way took full advantage.
Yeah, costly mistake there from Cosme. Really best decision there is probably to throw that one in the ground.
Yeah, as you can see here,
Nate Ray taking advantage of that.
Nate Ray was on him immediately, and then Trevor Way just stepped in front of the running back. As we see Jasir Gaiman get the reception, get sandwiched by 2 different Dover defenders. Gain of about 3.
Second and 8 for the Sows. 3 receiver set. Ransom in the backfield. They give it to who else but Ransom, Andrew Ransom. Down to about the 29.
And as I said earlier, they're having some trouble with Ransom. I'm not sure what it is, but he's had some very effective runs so far.
Yeah, as you said earlier, the defense, that Dover defense has really been able to stop Curley, not so much Ransom.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's the feature back going on the rest of the night, just because of how effective he's been, as he will get it again.
Ransom. Down to about a 25.
Looks like we got an injured Dover player on the field. One of their DNs, John Payne. Good to see him get off on his own power. But Shane, as we were talking about pregame, I mean, we wanted this offense to be versatile, and we've seen that from the running game, certainly. The passing game is definitely coming along, but this defense, as always, is lockdown. I mean, they've allowed 0 points so far, have gotten a couple turnovers. Right now, I think this defense is winning them the game.
Yeah, let's see if Stower and company can capitalize off that Nate Ray turnover. Ransom. Solid gain there as we reach the 2-minute warning in this first half.
That will bring up about a 3rd and 3. Certainly in field goal range for James Collins, but you would like to get in the end zone here. Extend your lead to 2 possessions.
Yeah, especially with how dominant the Sal's defense has been so far.
And it looks like they will be running the ball to Ransom with this 2 tight end set. And there it is.
They do indeed. Andrew Ransom. Andrew Ransom showing off his skill down to about the 10.
And it looks like there was a timeout called by Salesianum, and that will be their second.
you'll see here Ransom showing off his elusiveness. Great job by that offensive line.
Yeah, a lucky foot grab there by the defender. That could have gone on Ransom's highlight tape. Nonetheless, a very big play. Makes sure that this Dover offense won't get the ball back with much time, if they do even get the ball back. Sally's will come out in the same look, the 2 tight end, 2 wide receivers out wide.
If I'm Stower, I definitely look in Ben Anton's direction here. Big red zone threat.
If I'm Stower, I'm turning around and I'm handing the ball off.
That's what he does.
Ransom there gets about 3. Maybe here you look to Anton.
2nd and about 7. Stower rolls to his left. Stower, incomplete.
Throws it out of the side of the end zone.
Smart play there from Stower. Nothing there, didn't force it.
Yeah, Dover's offense was really playing well on that elongated play. The corners stick to their wide receivers. And so they were, it was locked down. There was nowhere for Storer to go. As we will now see a 3rd and 7. Need to get down to about the 1-yard line for a first down. As the clock is stopped at 43 seconds left.
Yeah, still time on this clock for Dover to get the ball back. Possibly get in field goal range. And a timeout is called.
That will be Dover's 2nd, so looks like they just want to be, really, they want to be on the same page, knowing what play they're calling, making sure that Salesianum can't grab a bunch of momentum here. And excuse me, that was their 3rd timeout, so they're really focusing on defense here, making sure that Salesianum can only elongate their lead by 6 and not 2 possessions. As we're seeing a similar formation to Sally's when they've run the ball. So maybe trying to keep Dover on their toes and potentially throwing it here.
Ballin in motion. Stower in the gun. Passes. Deflected. And incomplete.
Great break on the ball there.
Looks like that pass could have been picked. I'm surprised.
Great break by Tamir, Darden, Jefferson.
Yeah, I'm surprised Darden Jefferson didn't pick that one off. He had it in his hands, decided to knock that ball down.
And they will decide to take their field goal here. Even if the ball did get there, I don't know if Nate Ray would have got both feet down. He was pretty far pushing against the sideline. As James Collins will attempt his 2nd field goal of the night.
Collins, the field goal attempt. And the kick is good. The Sal's are up by 6.
So now there's 35 seconds. I'll be interesting to see what Collins does here on the kickoff. I mean, he's shown us 2 different ones so far. The first one being very effective and the second one just being a normal touchback. So And really big there for the Sal's getting points on that drive, as they will receive the second half kickoff. So even if they get another field goal on that drive, that's still a 2-possession lead, which with the offense that Dover has been showing so far, might be hard to come back from. As Collins will go back to boot it away.
And Collins will boom this one into the back of the end zone.
So that will leave Dover with 35 seconds left and no timeout. So I expect them to kneel it here and just take it into the half and make adjustments after, but as I've been saying, they've been unpredictable, so
yeah,
who
you
knows?
never know. Could look for something quick to the outside, get out of bounds.
But with limited time and no timeouts, I find it hard to believe that they would get anything going. Although
Find out.
They are lining up to potentially throw it deep. I mean, with John Parker outside, you almost got to take a shot.
And they will hand it off.
And
Great tackle there.
Yeah, Trevor Way.
By Trevor Way.
And it looks like that may end the first half. But they are rushing up to the line, so who knows?
Parker in motion.
They will just run the ball again. And that will be the end of the first half, with Salesianum up 6-0 over Dover. Shane, what has really impressed you tonight from this Salesianum team?
Their defense has been unbelievable, as we've talked about. So, really for both sides, it's really been fantastic. Neither offense has really been able to get anything going.
Yeah, this Sally's defense has really been dominant, specifically Jake Ziegler and Nate Ray. Jake Ziegler has had a lot of different stats in different categories that have really affected this game with his fumble recovery, pass deflection, and a couple of tackles. And then Nate Ray has been applying a bunch of pressure to the quarterback, kind of forcing that Trevor Way interception. But if he doesn't get to the quarterback and really force the ball out of Cosme's hands, I don't think that play gets made.
Yeah, speaking of Trevor Way there, Kilby, he doesn't make that tackle. Kilby could be off to the races.
Yeah, and we've seen how elusive Kilby can be, so if he really got out into the open field there, that could have been dangerous. But that will be it for the first half, with Salesianum leading 6-0 over Dover. I'm Ronan Landis.
Along with Shane Alexa, we'll be back with the second half.
Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any more games.
I'm Shane Alexa alongside Ronan Landis as we enter the second half. The Sows are up 6-0 over Dover.
Yeah, it's really been an impressive showing from this Louisiana defense. Really bending but not breaking. They've shown great resilience, especially within their run game. I mean, they were really gashed by number 21, Ron Kilby, early in the game, but as of recently, they've really been able to stop it, and it's really minimized the Dover offense. They don't really have much of a passing game other than a couple of throws, so if they can keep this run defense strong, it may be a long second half for Dover. And a good way to go in the Spirit Week next week.
I said that I was changing batteries.
And we are just about ready to get back into this second half. Shane, coming off a dominant win against William Penn for Dover, winning 40-0 last week, do you think they were a little bit lax at practice this week? I mean, they came out a little bit flat, then ramped it up, but then fell kind of a little bit short at the end of the first half. So do you think they got a little bit too excited over their win, or what do you think happened?
Yeah, it seemed to me, I mean, they've definitely, as we've seen, they've really stuck to the run game. So maybe I would assume maybe that's how they, maybe that was how they attacked William Penn early with their run game. Maybe
Yeah,
trying to do something similar here against the Sows tonight.
If I remember correctly, Sally's had a very dominant running offense against William Penn as well, which led to them having to around the same score as Dover did against William Penn. So maybe this has been a little bit of a change of pace for this Dover offense. I mean, this Louisiana run defense has really ramped it up throughout the course of this, or of the past first half. So maybe a bit of change that they weren't expecting could be really hurting them.
Vincent Delacapaci. Nick Strzelski back for the Sows. Brendan Yoder set to kick it away to start the second half.
And Yoder will kick it away for the start of the second half.
There goes Strzelski.
Nick Strzelski down to about the 34.
Nick Strzelski.
And we see some really big returns this season from Strzelski, so it's kind of dangerous to kick to him in any situation, but even to kick to Vincent Delacapaci, I mean, there's not really a good option to kick to, which is why if we mostly see if you have a good kicker, you kick it out of the back of the end zone, or you try to kick it to somebody else. But even then, the special teams is very equipped for anyone to return the ball, so it's really hard for kickers to decide who they want to get the ball and who they think they can tackle easiest.
Sean Curley in the backfield. Sean Curley, solid gain to about the 40.
That's a promising sight to see. Curley had a little bit of a rough first half, but if he can get 5 a pop, I mean, even 6, he'll be playing a lot more this half and give Ransom a lot of rest, which is well deserved from Ransom.
Yeah, give that Dover defense a different look. Second and 3 for the Sows. There's Curley again, Sean Curley. Strong start to this second half, down to about the 48.
It looks like a
And
Dover
a Dover player is down. Holding his right leg.
Yeah, as you said, Curley has done a pretty good job this second half, picking the right hole to run through and then really taking advantage, as has 2 carries for 13 yards. Has really been impactful as we see number 23, Troy Johnson, go down, the senior.
Luckily, Johnson is walking off on his own power.
And Shane, the Sally's offense has been going a lot to this 2 tight end set with Ballant and Nate Ray. And their run game has been very effective while they've been going to it. As we see another 5-yard carry here by Curley.
There is that effective run game. Sean Curley. Yeah, as you said, Ronan, really would be great for Andrew Ransom to get a break here. With that great first half, Sean Curley taking over early in this second half.
Especially with, you know, Silesian ending near the end of their season, to try to give them rest before the playoffs, because once playoffs get around, and as Silesian was marked the 1 seed this morning, everybody needs to be healthy to make sure that your offense is as efficient as possible. Because once you get to the playoffs, everybody is wanting to win, and it could get pretty. It could come down to the running game of a team and how efficient they are in the trenches.
Two receivers to his right. Stower, the handoff to Curley. Down to about the 44.
Sean Curley runs the ball again for Silesian. Tackled by 88, Jalen Powell.
So that brings up 4th and 1 on Dover's 43-yard line.
Interesting call here.
Looks like they're bringing the punt unit back out. From what we saw during halftime, Montgomery was working on his punts to try to get inside the 5, and he had a couple really good ones. So,
and a great opportunity to do so here.
well, it looks like Silesian will call their first time out of the half.
And maybe to rethink this.
Or potentially they had the wrong personnel on the field.
What do you think, Ronan? Would you go for it here?
With a 6-point lead and your defense showing that they've been able to play well all game, Shane, I think you go for it here. Curley or Ransom in the backfield, it doesn't really matter, especially with the drive Curley's been having so far.
Even a keeper from Stower. Maybe that offensive line can power him through with a sneak.
Yeah, I think you try to run something up the middle. I mean, the center for Silesian and the guards have really been able to do a great job opening holes, specifically on their inside runs. So if they can continue to do that, especially on this play, could be very beneficial. And it looks like they will put the offense.
They're going to go for it.
And they're back to that 2 tight end look.
Curley in the backfield.
There it is.
First down and more. Sean Curley.
There was that inside run, and it was successful.
Down to about the 38.
Looks like Ransom will come back in. Curley was calling out for a sub. Looked like he may have hit his head or something. So fresh set of downs. I think that was the correct call to go for it in that spot, especially putting faith in your running backs that you know have the capabilities to pick up that 1 yard.
Stower, the handoff to Ransom. Andrew Ransom. Andrew Ransom down to about the 24. That two-headed monster getting it done for the Sows. Andrew Ransom.
And he continues to leave his impact on this game. Has really been an impressive showing. As now Dover is stuffing the box, trying to stop this run game.
Ransom is stuffed.
They do a good job of it there.
Jazir Gaiman, not a lot of targets. We hope to see him get involved here in the red zone. See if Stower can find his freshman star.
Well, only 3 different people have been targeted today, with Nate Ray, Lucas Ryan, and Hunter Ballant. So Jazir would be the next in line.
Anton was
Oh,
in
yes.
there too with that deep shot.
Anton as well.
Stower in the gun. He'll keep it himself. Well played by that defensive line. Had a hole there, but wasn't open for that long.
They will drop him for a loss of 1. But as I was saying before, you know, I think Jazir is really buying his time. He's getting covered pretty well, and they seem to be shading the safety his way, knowing what he can do in the open field. So him being not targeted too much was definitely in the game plan of Dover.
Really try and take him out of this ball game.
Yeah, and with the Salesianum run game being so effective, I mean, there's been no reason to throw him the ball. With them running the ball so much, that is.
Stower in the gun. Pass is complete. There's Nate Ray.
They'll only gain about 1 on that play. A great catch, though. Tough play. So out will come James Collins.
Trying to make this a 2-possession ball game.
James Collins to attempt a 41-yard field goal for the Jacob Tiger Mule.
Collins. And that is money. James Collins makes this a 2-possession game.
Already with his 3rd field goal of the game. Really making a huge impact for this offense. So now he will kick it away once again.
Collins will boot it away. For a touchback.
James Collins kick sails to the end zone. Dover takes over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
So now we will see the Salesianum defense back out onto the field. Shane, the passing game was working earlier, and Now that it's a 2-possession game, I think Dover might have to go back to at least trying it. Although it looks like they've brought in a new quarterback potentially. Yeah, Nick Whiteman.
Whiteman in the gun, the handoff. Interesting. I think Cosme would have to. I really doubt they'd take Cosme out willingly. Possibly an injury.
Looks like he's standing over there on the sideline, but maybe they're just looking for any sort of change to get this offense going. I mean,
some sort of spark.
Cosme only overthrew maybe 1 or 2 balls, but maybe Whiteman will give them that little push.
You look to get Parker the ball here.
Oh.
And pass is picked.
And a
Who
flag.
else but a LJ Smith?
A flag on the opposite side of the field, so it'll be interesting to see what the call is.
It's like it might be on.
Looks like it might be on Salesianum.
Let's see what the call is. If it is indeed a pick, it's a huge, huge turnover.
And it was on Dover, so that interception will stand for the sophomore, LJ Smith.
Be interested to see if that D-line got a hand on that ball.
And it looked like it might have hit somebody's helmet at the line. So now the Salesian offense is back out on the field.
Stower. There's Ryan, the screen. Lucas Ryan fending off defenders.
Strong stiff arm there. But it looks like another Dover player is injured.
They go back to that interception.
And it definitely was tipped by Nate Ray. Put a weird spin on the ball and took a lot of power off of it, which allowed LJ Smith to completely undercut the wide receiver, John Parker. An unfortunate start for the backup quarterback, Nick Whiteman. And really unfortunate for this Dover team. They've had a couple injuries. And significant ones at that. I mean, a couple starters have gone down, so. And it looks like the injuries may be piling up for number 23, Troy Johnson, as that's the second time he's gone down today. But he will walk off under his own power, which is a good sight to see. As we will resume play. 2nd and 5 on Dover's 9-yard line.
Two receivers to his left. Stower, the handoff to who else but Ransom. Andrew Ransom. No signal. A toe down. Touchdown, Andrew Ransom. And the Sows get their first touchdown of this ball game. Andrew Ransom for 6.
And we said earlier that the defense has been the MVP, and they've definitely had a massive impact, but Andrew Ransom might have taken it from him. I mean, as you can see here, he bounces off numerous tackles on his way to running someone over into the end zone. A really great display of power there.
Great job by that O-line, too. Opened up a huge hole there for Ransom. Really bouncing off defenders, as you said, Ronan.
It looks like there may be a flag here on the extra point, potentially a false start. And that's what it will be.
Penalties have really dialed down so far in the second half, which is a good sight to see.
Yeah, it hasn't been too bad, but after comparing it to that first half, I mean, in the first half we had a lot of penalties on both sides of the field, so definitely great that they've, you know, limited them.
And Collins, the PAT, right through the uprights.
And he stays perfect, making that 24-20 on the year. We will see Collins once again to boot it away for the Sows.
And Collins will boot this one away into the back of the end zone. The Sows up 16 in this third quarter. The Senators trying to get on the board. This game's definitely not over. Only a 2-possession game.
Be interested to see as Nick Whiteman is back out onto the field.
Especially after throwing that pick, I would assume that there may be something wrong with Cosby.
If I'm being honest with you, I don't think that interception was his fault. I mean,
it definitely was not.
Nate Ray is 6'4", which you need to take into account, but especially with that height and wingspan, it's hard to throw a tight spiral over his head, so.
Huge gain there. They even faked me out. Down to about the 38. What a play call there. I think half this stadium, as well as I, thought Parker had that as the end around.
Actually, Shane, I think that was Jaquan Kilby, I believe. But he's definitely been Dover's MVP so far. He's played very well. Yeah, as you can see here, Kilby has a giant running lane and then just takes off. And we've seen that speed from him tonight. But it was especially showed on that play.
Yeah, and they faked it to Parker. Real two dual threats there in Kilby and Parker. You really got to pick your poison there.
And it looks like there may have been a penalty on Salesianum as they just moved the ball up another 15 yards. Oh, it's a sideline penalty. So that will move Dover up to the Salesianum 21-yard line. The best field position they've had all night.
In the gun. Passes nearly picked.
But we do
And
see
they
two
might
flags.
get a pass interference call.
That was a dangerous throw with Strzelski playing in the top cover one.
One receiver there. About 3 corners there, though, for the Sows.
But it will be pass interference. But I believe it was out of the end zone, so that should only move him up 15 yards. Or maybe only 10, as it may have been a holding. So now it will be 1st and 10 at the Salesianum 11-yard line for the Dover offense. They have a very interesting formation here, with it looks like John Parker taking the snap.
Parker. O-line trying to give him some extra yards.
It's
Down to about the 7.
Yeah, it's an interesting look. But with Kilby and Parker both being major threats on this offense, I mean, definitely makes the Salesian defense choose one and potentially leave the other one open, as they will go back to the same formation.
Parker.
Hands it off this time to Kilby. He gets down to about the 3. So this will bring down a 3rd down and 2. Although I find it hard to believe that they could get a 1st down without getting into the end zone, as the 1st down is near the half-yard line.
Definitely in 4-down territory here. Would not be surprised when they run the ball once again. Parker will take it himself.
And will be stopped short.
3, I want to say.
I think he may have got the 1st down. And it will be a 1st down, down at about the half-yard line. They will keep the same Wildcat on the field.
Parker.
Oh, Kilby takes the snap this time and brings it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Great play call there in that Wildcat formation, as the Senators get on the board with a touchdown.
And they will be forced to go for 2 here to make it potentially a 1-possession game. As you can see, they may have tricked the Salesian defense there by having Kilby take the snap instead of Parker.
Yes, still in that Wildcat formation here. Bad snap. And Parker is in the end zone. 2-point conversion's good.
Yeah, that was a really great job adjusting. I think it might have been Kilby. Again with the misdirection. I mean, it's even hard to see from here.
It was indeed Kilby. From our view, it looked like it was Parker. Dropped the snap.
Great job.
Found his way into the end zone.
Yeah, great job maintaining composure. It's almost like he dribbled it off the turf. But now we have to see if this Salesianum offense can respond.
So it is indeed a 1-possession ball game. Big drive there from Kilby. About 3 minutes remaining in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, this has been an interesting turn. I mean, this Dover offense went from not really having any big splash plays besides the one catch to having a big run, penalties added onto it, and then now punching it in and making it a one-possession game. I think the Salesianum offense needs to bounce back with at least 3 points here.
I'll boot this one away. It is short once again. Down to about the 26.
And there was Vincent Delacampagni, another track star for our track and field team, and really showed off his speed there. We'll see if this Salesianum offense can respond.
Stower, the quick throw for Ryan. The Senators are all over that one.
Not after a gain of 3 by Ryan. They've been throwing a lot of those short out routes so far. And it looked like the corner there may have been able to jump that. Seems like they're becoming a little bit familiar with that play. Maybe Salis can run a double move in the future. Really have the corner bite and then just take off down the field with Ryan.
Stower the handoff to Curley. Sean Curley.
Pushes ahead to the 36. He's really had to bounce back second half. After the first half, not really been able to get much going. But now in the second half, averaging around 4 to 5 yards a carry, producing very well for this offense, as it now brings up a 3rd and 2.
Stower in the gun.
Potentially going back to the run here with this
Curley in the backfield. They will indeed give it to Curley. Sean Curley. And a flag is down. Looks like it'll be on the Sows.
Sean Curley speeds his way to Salesianum. First down.
That was thrown from the back judge. Interesting to see what's called here. Looks like they may be moving the ball forward for the Sows. Most likely not a personal foul. There wasn't enough. Oh, a face mask. Okay. So that does move the Sows up after getting the first down. So now with a fresh set of downs on their own 44, Sows will look to take advantage of this opportunity, milk some clock a little bit, and hopefully put some points up on the board.
2 receivers to his left. Stower in the gun. Pass is complete for Ryan. And a flag is down after the play.
Looks like this one might be a face mask, because it was called right at the end of the play.
That's 15 Tilbin, that tackle.
It looked like that will be what they rule. Yep, another face mask. Which looks like it adds about 5 yards onto the end of that catch. And Ryan Stower have had really good chemistry on that out route. This one was run a little bit deeper this time, maybe to confuse the defense. But Ryan has a clear proficiency at catching those out routes. And it has shown throughout this game. after the deliberation, it will now be 2nd and 1 from the Dover 47-yard line.
Stower the handoff to Curley. Sean Curley. About the 42.
And that will be the end of the 3rd quarter. A pretty eventful one as Dover put up their first points on the board and moved it to a 1-possession game. Although this Sally's offense is really bouncing back well, killing some clock.
As the Sal's look to put a little more points on the board in this 4th quarter. I'm Shane Alexo alongside Ronan Landis. We'll be back with the 4th quarter. Welcome back to Abyssinia Stadium. I'm Shane Alexo alongside Ronan Landis as we start this 4th quarter. There's Sean Curley bouncing off defenders, and the Senators are all over that one.
Able to pick up about 2 on that play. Considering he was contacted around the line of scrimmage, the fact that he was able to push ahead for about 2 yards was really impressive there.
2nd and 8. The Sal's looking for a little insurance. Senators trying to put a stop to him. Stower in the gun, looking deep for Ben Anton. There's your contested catches guy. As you said earlier, he lost someone last game.
Yeah, it's been interesting how much they're going to him for those 50-50 balls. He has had good success in the past, but the corners for Dover have been doing very well so far in those situations.
Now a 3rd and long. Stower rolls to his right, passes, caught. Lucas Ryan makes sure, does a great job of making sure both feet are in bounds when he came down with that ball.
Now we'll move the chains.
Good job of dragging that foot.
And a great job of reading the field here by Ryan Storer. I mean, he knew he needed to get the first down, did a good job of scanning his options. Lucas came open on that crosser, and he hit him perfectly. The run play from Curley doesn't really go anywhere. Gain of about 3 yards.
Stower, two receivers to his right, bowing at motion. Curley is stuffed for a loss. That's number 51. Milligan making that tackle.
So that'll make it back to a 3rd and 10. Still in the range of James Collins, but if they can get him a couple insurance yards, I'm sure he'd appreciate it.
Yeah, trying to make this a 2-possession game would be huge.
Shane, honestly here,
maybe just even run it, get some yards back. You can't take a sack here. Stower does a great job of throwing that one out of bounds.
that's exactly what I was about to say.
Just get some yards.
Yeah, I was going to say run the ball here, keep the clock running.
Get Collins some yards. They get nothing out of that play, and a long field goal attempt for the machine and James Collins.
Still good awareness there by Stower, making sure he didn't take that sack and throwing it safely out of bounds, avoiding intentional grounding.
As you said, great awareness there from Collins.
As this will be a 44-yard field goal. Within Collins' range, but then again, not easy for anyone.
And they looks like they jumped.
Flags from multiple officials.
Were they drawn off? They were indeed. Is it delay of game call? Excuse me.
So this will make it a 50-yarder if they do elect to take it here.
49 precisely. Collins. A 49-yarder, and it's blocked. Recovered. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, touchdown, no flags. Wow. And with a two-point conversion, the Senators will tie this game up.
And that was all done by Tamir Darden Jefferson.
What a block by Jefferson. As Jefferson returns that one, showing off his speed down the sideline for the touchdown.
Not exactly sure what went wrong there.
Great jump off the line. See if the Sows can hold him here.
This would be a big play if they are able to.
Maybe they'll go back to that Wildcat formation.
It looks like they will.
There's Parker, tie ball game.
What a switch of momentum here for Dover.
And Abyssinia Stadium is silent.
You know, Shane, I'm almost speechless. This game it's changed so quickly. It went from Sally's being up 60-0, thinking they had a commanding lead, to a quick score by Dover and then a blocked field goal returned for a touchdown. The good news is, before that block, the Silesianum offense was moving very well. So that's promising, but
Yoder looking to kick this one away.
hopefully the special teams for Silesianum can try to spark something to get some momentum back.
Doesn't seem to have the strongest leg. Let's see if Strzelski and company will get a chance here.
I'm not calling a Strzelski return, but it would be nice. The play is blown dead.
Flag is on the field.
Potentially a false starter offsides. Offsides on Dover, which will move the kicker back another 5 yards. And gives Strzelski yet another attempt, or Delicampagni another attempt to get a big return. And we've seen what both of them can do when they do get in the open field, so it could be dangerous for this Dover special teams.
Yoder with a squib kick.
Picked up by Trevor Way and brought back to the 43-yard line.
Good field position here for the Sows. Stower, three-receiver set. Ransom, the handoff. Down to about the 45.
It's good to see that Ransom's back in the game and okay. Curley was doing a great job on his own, but Ransom has just been running a little bit differently tonight. With an extra sense of power.
There's Lucas Ryan.
So this will bring up about a 3rd and 6 from midfield. And Shane, if they get about 3 yards here, do you consider going for it?
I'm gonna say no, only because it would give Dover great field position if you don't get it. Stower in the gun, pass is incomplete, intended for Gaiman.
That's a tough catch to make. Unfortunately, slipped through his hands. And they will bring out the punt unit.
Montgomery will boot it away.
Smart of him to not
Takes
even
a
give.
Sal's bounce.
What a cover
Wow.
by Nick Strzelski.
Down at the 1.
Smart of Montgomery to not give Tamir Jefferson the ability to return that ball, as we just saw on his block how elusive he can be. Great move and an amazing punt. A beautiful high arcing ball that took a very, very good Sally's bounce.
Sal's stuffing that D-line. And they botched the snap.
And that
And
will
it's
be
a safety.
a massive play for this Sally's defense.
They stack the D-line.
And another Dover player.
And they come through as a Dover player is down.
But that all starts with the Montgomery punt. It's a stressful situation for any offensive lineman down at the 1 yard line. And the nerves obviously got to the center there. Although it kind of looked like John Parker may have just mishandled the snap. It didn't look too offline. And it would make sense since he has had limited snaps at quarterback, as he is one of the prime wide receivers for this Dover offense. So it may have been a combination of stress and experience that led to Sally's being able to take advantage and get that safety. As now Dover will have to punt it to Strzelski and Delicapogni. I thought they had to punt it, but maybe not. As you can see here, everybody went crazy for the safety. Here they will kick it away.
Strzelski trying to pull off some of his magic. Nick Strzelski down to about the 45. Big hit there by number 4. It's Cole making that tackle.
That was one of Yoder's better kicks on the day. Sent it from the 20-yard line to about the 30. So he got a pretty good boot on that one. As on this drive, Shane, 3 wouldn't be ideal, but it would still be great because it would push it to where Dover would need a touchdown to tie it, or to take the lead, but they couldn't just tie it with a field goal.
Ransom down to about the 48.
Got about 2 on that play.
They definitely got to get some form of points on the board, as you said here. Dover would go ahead with a field goal. Second and 7. 2 receivers to his left. Stower in the gun. There's Ryan. Lucas Ryan. First down.
Looks like there may be a little bit of laundry on the field. As there is a flag on the far side.
Possibly a hold. Refs discussing.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense.
And that'll take the Sows back.
Potentially maybe some extracurriculars with Ryan after being dragged down at the end of the play. So I believe that will be added on to the end of last play, so it will bring up 1st and 13 for Salesianum. Actually, correction, 1st and 10. The ball is re-spotted by the referees.
Barron in motion. The handoff to Ransom is met at the line.
Gained about 2 there.
Milligan all over that one. Receiver set. Ransom. Andrew Ransom down to about the 47.
Good tackle there by Tillman. That could have been potentially dangerous for Dover there. Ransom looked like he had an opening. The clock continues to move as we hit 5.5 minutes left in the game.
3rd and 4. Big 3rd down here. 3 receivers set. Ransom the first down and more. Andrew Ransom down to about the 45.
When they needed him most, he delivered, breaking off about an 8-yard run. And that's really big because not only does it keep the clock running, but it gives you 3 more downs, which could milk another 1.5 minutes off the clock, which could be crucial to Dover getting the ball back potentially and trying to score.
There's Ransom again.
But if Andrew Ransom keeps running like he is right now, he looks nearly unstoppable.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like Sean Curley is sitting on the sideline. Not sure if he's banged up a little bit.
Well, Shane, he got a lot of carries in a pretty small amount of time, so I can't even blame him if he's a little banged up. Especially because numerous times he was hit by the defensive lineman, so that's definitely not an easy toll on your body.
Stower getting instruction from his offensive coordinator. Timeout called by the Sows.
That will be their 2nd of the half. So with about 4 minutes left in this game, Sally's is up by 2 with possession. However, Dover has improved their run defense on this drive and really figured out a way a little bit to stop Andrew Ransom, but he's made a couple plays when it counted. Shane, do you think Sally's maybe opens the playbook a little, or do you think they stick with the run play?
Right now, I really do think you stick with the run. But, I mean, obviously, if you were behind, you obviously would have to put the ball in the air. But right now, I mean, you have the 2-point lead. I would really just continue to feed Branson the ball and really just continue to run out that clock.
Yeah, he's been really effective within his touches. But if this Dover defense is going to commit to him, it might be a little bit more difficult to pick up another first down and potentially run out the clock.
Ballard in motion. Stower in the gun. Stower.
Oh.
No flag call.
Maybe they were ruling that the ball wasn't
catchable. Maybe.
Oh, but a big hit for Dover as number 31, Tamir Darden Jefferson, is down. But yeah, my guess would be that they didn't call anything on the trip because the ball, I mean, if Nate Ray doesn't get tripped there, he's incredibly athletic and might be able to get to that ball, but the refs ruled it incomplete and uncatchable. Ooh, as you can see there, number 31, Tamir Darden Jefferson, may have turned an ankle when jumping over Nate Ray. Unfortunate sight for Dover. So that will bring up a 3rd and 8 from Salesianum's 43. Not sure what I would call here. The Lucas Ryan crossing route has been effective all night, but if Dover's expecting it, it could be a little bit difficult.
And let's hope Johnson is indeed okay. For Stower, you might attack his replacement here. That other corner just came in, Stower. And they go for Ryan. Did he keep his feet in bounds?
And they're saying he did.
He did. Dragged the foot. Did Lucas Ryan.
Great throw there by Stower. I mean, it was definitely a difficult one with number 29, Jalen Peace, really coming in hot. As you can see here, it was crossbody to the sideline. A very difficult throw, but Stower delivered.
A great job by Ryan to keep both feet in bounds, dragging the feet.
So now that will give him 1st and 10. Stower in the gun.
Ballard in motion. Ransom the handoff. Nothing doing there.
Looked like he might have been grabbed by the jersey there. Not a penalty, but an unfortunate way to get tackled.
Three minutes and 20 seconds remaining in this game. Sal's trying to run down the clock.
I think on how they manage their time here, with the next 2 plays, they might be able to get it down to about 1:40 seconds.
Dover does have 1 timeout remaining. It is 3 timeouts remaining, excuse me.
Looks like they will not use him here. I think most likely on the next one, on the next play, they probably will call one of their timeouts to stop the clock.
It is Sally's who indeed has 1 timeout left.
And they will use it here. Yeah, it will definitely be interesting here what they do after this timeout. I would think they would run the ball. I would think they would run the ball here and try to get the clock down to about 1:30. But I could also see them, you know, trying to catch Dover off guard with a pass. Here we go. 3rd and 9. Sal's 28-yard line. You could argue this is for game.
3rd and 8 for the Sal's. Huge 3rd down here. Stower in the gun. Stower looking deep. And he overthrew Ballant.
He had some separation, but just
couldn't
a
thread the needle.
little bit overthrown. So they take their 3 here. Looks like they're sending the offense back out on the field. If they're going to do that, and I know Ballant was open there, but I would have thought maybe they would have ran the ball, taken some time off the clock,
Yeah,
and then gone for it
especially
on 4th.
If they did know they were going for it on 4th down, I agree with what you're saying.
They stick to that
Get some
2 tight
yards
end
there with
site.
Ransom. Stower in the gun. He'll keep it himself. Stower looks like he's short.
Oh, but there's a flag. Not sure what for, but
Sal's are claiming it's on Dover.
it was over there on that sideline, and they were getting a little bit rowdy, so maybe a little bit of taunting went on.
That would be a killer penalty for Dover.
Yeah, because Sally's could nearly run the ball out if it did go against them. So it was on Dover, but it was a dead ball penalty. So Dover will lose yardage and have to go back, but they will get the ball. So they will be at their own 13-yard line.
2 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in this game.
And they have all 3 timeouts, and all they need is a field goal to win it. Although we haven't seen their kicker at all today, as they've gone for two-point conversions after their touchdown. So can't imagine it's easy to kick cold.
In the gun. Pass is incomplete. Second down.
Interesting that they're sticking with Whiteman here. It makes me think, as you were saying earlier, Shane, that maybe Cosme is injured because although the offense was flowing better with Whiteman, it was kind of due to the fact that Jaquan Kilby had that massive run, as well as John Parker running that wildcat. So I think if they don't get anything here, they might put John Parker in the backfield.
Yeah, I would consider even running the ball here, and they do. And there's a flag, and it looks like a false start.
3 different flags. False start is the signal. So that will push them back. Second and 15 from their own 8-yard line. Got 4 wide receivers out on the field.
Reitman in the gun. Pass is incomplete.
So that will bring up a 3rd and 15 from their own 8-yard line.
I mean, obviously 4th down territory here, so I would have considered running the ball there just to get some yards back.
Maybe a draw with Kilby, potentially. Catch the Sally's defense off guard, and then go for it on 4th. And with how efficient Kilby's been running this game so far, maybe he can pick up the 1st down by himself. Although that may be a big ask of him.
Yeah, look for Parker and Kilby trying to make a play, and the snap is botched.
And thrown out of bounds. So that will make it a 4th and 15. They need this if they are going to win this game. And now for the biggest play of the game. Looks like Dover's saving their timeouts just in case they get this. Although I might call one here just to talk it over.
You'd still have 2 timeouts remaining.
Are they? I don't believe what I'm seeing.
They're gonna punt.
Interesting. They trust in their defense. But there is a flag on the field. A false start. Moving them back even further. There's a delay of game. So Shane, do you even send your rushers here to try to block this punt?
I think you do.
At the risk of a penalty, though? Just gotta...
A lot of commotion. Handled well, though.
This is a tough spot for Dover because they do have their 3 timeouts. And Sally's will likely run the ball 3 times. But they are well within field goal range. And as we saw earlier, it did get blocked. But from what we've seen from Sally's this year, that was kind of an anomaly. So if that's replicated, credit to the Dover defense, but...
Yeah, and if a field goal is made, it would be a 6-point game. Meaning, 5-point game, meaning that the Sal's, meaning that Dover
would have to score a touchdown with no timeouts. As the pass goes to Ryan, who puts his head down, and I think that will stop the clock. And number 40 is down for this Dover defense. Rasheed Branch, the sophomore. So it looks like Branch is a little bit shaken up after that play.
Good to see him walk off on his own power, though.
So teams will have a chance to collect themselves before going back out for the last minute 38 of this game. So it's 2nd and 5. The Sows need 5 yards in the next 2 plays to get that first down and end the game. But they desperately need to stay in bounds to take the timeouts of Dover. It looks like they may, or they will run the ball here.
Ransom is gain of about 3 or 4 there.
Great play by Tyshawn Mulligan, leaping out and contacting Ransom behind the line to give his teammates time to wrap him up. So that will bring a 3rd and 3 for the Sows, as Dover has just taken their first timeout. This has clearly been an exhausting game for both teams. Both teams were pretty run heavy tonight, as both of their running backs were very productive, but that really tires down the offensive and defensive lines. They are definitely going to sleep well tonight, I'll tell you that.
Third and a big 3. Ransom in the backfield. Stower in the gun, Bowen in motion. Ransom is stuffed.
There goes the second timeout of Dover.
And it's up to Collins
It would be a 42-yarder.
to make this a 5-point game.
He missed a 44 earlier and then got blocked on a 49. But if they can get clean snap, clean hold, every person in this stadium knows Collins can hit it. But on 4th and 6, the offense stays in the huddle. Potentially to... No, and I don't know.
I don't know.
I was going to say potentially to distract.
Maybe draw them off sides.
I know, but they don't have any
They don't have
timeouts.
timeouts, you're right.
So it looks like they're going to go for it on 4th and 6. Maybe look for Ryan on another out or corner. It's worked in the past, but
They're going to go for it on 4th down. Bowen in motion. Stower in the gun,
The double
looking
move.
deep for Anton.
There he is!
In the end zone for a touchdown.
No, he's actually down at the 1-yard line, which may go in favor of the Sows.
You're right. The Sows will keep the ball, and the clock should be still running.
Once the... And there is Ben Anton when you need him. He hasn't had great success tonight on those 50-50s, but he came up extremely clutch in that moment.
Gutsy throw from Stower.
As I don't know about you, Shane, but we had a similar situation to this earlier this season. I believe it was against Cape Henlopen. And we do, so I believe, did Dover not call their timeout? All right, so they did just call their final timeout. And I know this is kind of an unorthodox way to go about this. I would just knee the ball. Ends the game, you win by 2, everybody goes home happy. Well, except for Dover, but the home crowd goes home happy. So we'll have to see what the Sal's will do here. And it looks like they're lining up in the gun.
Stower in the gun. He'll hand it off to Ransom. No signal, looks like he's short. And that will end the ball game.
With Salesianum beating Dover 18-16. Shane, who was your MVP of the game?
Andrew Ransom. Ransom was really consistent all night, along with Curley. Didn't have a great first half, but as you said, really in a short period of time, Curley really, to start that second half, really carried that run offense. Great win from the Sal's as they won it 18-16 over Dover, who's coming off a 40-0 win over William Penn.
Yeah, for me, Shane, I think it's got to be the defense. I mean, they scored 2 points. They only allowed 10. They put the offense in great positions to succeed with amazing field position. Started off the game with a fumble recovery on a kickoff. Although Andrew Ransom had an amazing game, the defense needs their praises sung, as they have all season. They have been elite, and they continue to be elite.
What a game all around. I'm Shane Alexo alongside Tommy Tyree, Ronan Landis, Charlie Abernathy, Nate Reed, and Victor Figliola. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
And we will be back for the playoffs. So be sure to tune in for some Salesianum playoff football.
As well as next week's game.